So I've thought about making this video for a while, but I remember various sites that I cannot find. Probably because I don't do research, but I would like to know if you guys can find these. I have 4 websites in mind. I'll be starting with this one, since it's probably the most recognizable. So I believe this website was created to advertise a game. All I remember of its URL is that it was like rather long. I forgot what the game was even advertising. I don't even know what the game was. All I remember was like, it was basically just an image of space with a bigger star near the middle. Like it was literally just this. Just an image, it was kind of low quality. Yeah, nothing much. This next website was actually someone's portfolio. I might have found this on boardbutton.com. So when you went on the website, it showed mainly 4 things that they did. And this is not the best drawing because I will draw these right after this. Their 4 things were these, and I'll get into detail right after. One of the things I had was basically like an online pop-up book. Its setting was like in a zoo. We're going to pretend this is a line. This red thing is a line. But yeah, you basically took control, quote unquote, of this line, and you could go into like your own little adventures. And these little adventures were in the style of the actual book. And around the book, there was text describing what happened. You could take control of the camera and you could like, turn it around. With a pop-up book, you can turn it, your 3D camera, you can look around, I don't remember much after that. The second thing is actually what got me to find this site, because I'm pretty sure Board Button redirected you straight onto this thing. This second thing on the website was like an art piece. We're going to ignore everything wrong with this drawing. So yeah, it was basically like an art project. When you first got onto the site, it had this scene. It was 2 guys holding on to something while they're in a tornado. So they're like holding on to each other and not flying away. And you had mouse control, so you could basically like, control them, not dismember them, but yeah. They had ragdoll physics, you could drag the object away, and they also flew away. It's like, boo, they're gone. And when they're gone, another scene gets set up, and there's like a bunch of scenes of people holding onto each other. One scene has people holding onto a car. There's one scene in particular that I remember, I'll show you. This looks so bad. One of the scenes had multiple people holding onto each other, and when I mean multiple, I mean so many that the camera had to zoom out. So yeah, there's like a billion people holding onto each other. I'm actually pretty sure they were holding onto like a pinwheel. Pinwheel. And the people in this scene weren't like ragdolls, they were individual sprites. So like one person looks exactly like this, except good. When you took off the pinwheel in this scene, basically the entire Earth came with it. So the world basically starts collapsing. It comes with us into space. Bro, whose Earth is this? But basically it zoomed out onto the Earth, like it rotates and stuff. And then you're like, whoa, we're back at the beginning. So basically just loops. The 3rd and 4th stuff on this website, I don't really remember, but I still remember it. The 3rd and 4th stuff were basically just like photo demos. They're kind of like tech demos that allow you to make like a digital collage of the photos on your computer, I think. The 3rd one, you could actually like interact and move the camera around, while the 4th one, I think, redirected you to basically a video. It wasn't much. Site 2 done. Site 3, I don't really know where I got it from. I could have just gotten this from like those top 10 weird websites, I'm pretty sure this wasn't Flash, I'm not sure. This sounded like a creepy thing. When you first got onto the website, it was basically like a top-down view of a city. You can move your mouse around and it would basically move the world around, like, Google Maps. When you try to move away, it basically just looped back to the same set of buildings. It took me a bit to realize you could actually click on the buildings and enter them, so I entered them. And then when you enter the building, you realize, oh my god, it's so dark and abandoned, I can't see. You have like a lantern, and I did not know how to get past this screen, so I was like, okay, I give up. And then I never seen the website again. This next website, I'm pretty sure I actually did get from like a top 10 weird websites list. When you went to the website, it basically showed you like an oven in the middle of fields. You could see the road behind it, the trees behind it, and it was animated, so every like few seconds there would be eyes that peek out. And you could click on the thing inside of it. When you clicked on it, it asked your browser to type the password or type a password. And I didn't know the password. When you type in the wrong password, it would like scream wrong in all caps or something. And because you got it wrong, you shall be punished. And then you would be blasted into an entirely red page. The text was also red, but like you can literally not read this. I'm just gonna keep it white. It would like force tabs open. It was basically like a virus. Who knows? Maybe I did get a virus and this was how I got it. But yeah, I have not been able to find these websites, and it would be really funny if you could find these. It would also be funny if you found the 99 Room CD.